They know we do it for the culture. Rapping, we do it for the whole squad. We was down, but we came back. We lost it all, but we came right. They can never hold us. They can never hold us.
Yo, what up, Wolfgang? You already know what it is, baby. You know what I'm saying? Today, like I told y'all, I'm about to show y'all just a couple spots, just a couple places where I grew up at. You feel me? You see this building behind me? Well, this is where I grew up at most of my life. 7522. You feel me? Right here in the FP. Look all the way up at the top. You see the top apartment. See those top 3 windows? Those my apartment. We lived up there for a lot of years, a long ass time. You feel me? This whole block, this whole neighborhood, a lot of shit went on here. A lot of incidents happened over there at that park. Across the street, we got the park, you feel me? You know what I'm saying? Now, this ain't the worst, this wasn't the worst hood, but it damn sure wasn't the best, you feel me? Motherfuckers, you will get your ass beat around here if you ain't right. Right over here across the street, I used to play baseball over there back in the day. Long time ago, years ago, you feel me? They got the swimming pool over there. You know what I'm saying? We used to go swimming and shit. Yeah. So yeah, man, this is my old stomping grounds, baby. Forest Park right here. You see this 7522, and it's crazy. Cause these same motherfucking numbers was here when I was growing up. They ain't changed the numbers, they didn't update this shit. The whole building is still the exact same that it was like 20 years ago. You feel me? That shit crazy though. But yeah, this the old crib. Right here. Well, I don't know if this is still the same guy, but this used to be a salon right here. Guy owned this salon for a lot of years.
We don't care.
Let me tell you, we don't care.
You feel me? So, this is why I call my alcohol. When I had my alcohol overdose, I had came out the car, right in here. Come in here. And this bitch is still the exact fucking same. But right in here, this is where I was laid out at. I was laid out right there. My body was seasoned. I was seasoned up. I felt like I was dying right here. I had alcohol poisoning shit. It was my birthday, 21st birthday. You know what I'm saying? We came in from having a good time. Me, my sister, her friends and shit. And I got out the car, and I couldn't even get out the car. They had to call my uncle from upstairs to come down and get me out the car. But my uncle was pretty big. I probably weighed a $140, $150 at the most, soaking wet at that time. And he couldn't even get me up one flight of stairs because we also lived on this first floor. And he laid me right here, and my body started seizing. I started going into a seizure. I don't even have seizures, but because I was dying, like the alcohol, I drank way too much alcohol, almost a gallon straight of extra smooth vodka. You know what I'm saying? By myself, you feel me? I drunk them to the whole thing that night. And yeah, man, I was going through a hard time, man. My granddaddy, you know, R.P. Willie Ward, you know, he died in this building. You know what I mean? So my birthday was a couple of weeks after that. So my head was already fucked up. So, you know, I was just drinking like a motherfucker. But yeah, man. And they called the paramedics. I remember I was laying here and the paramedics came in, and I felt myself leaving my body. Like I'm laying here, but I felt like if I would have looked back, I would have seen myself. I felt like I was like floating up, you feel what I'm saying? And I remember the paramedic, he kept slapping my face, saying, no, stay with me, stay woke. But I was just, you know, losing it. So they said, we gotta hurry up and get him to the hospital. They threw me on the stretcher, boom. They threw me in the ambulance. And you know, they say, when you're about to die, the last thing to go is your hearing. That shit is true. Because when they got me in the ambulance, like I literally felt like I was like out of here, you feel me? Like I felt like I was dead, dying or whatever. And all I could do, I couldn't really even feel no more. All I could do was hear. And I heard like my cousin them and, you know what I'm saying, the people in this building that know me, I heard them say, fight, Jay, fight. I just kept hearing them tell me to fight, and I was gasping for air. That's what made me want to go to sleep so bad, because I was getting exhausted. I was like gasping for air. You know, like when you're drowning, that's how I felt, you feel me? So, but yeah, this is where that shit happened, man. I was laid out right here, man. Fucked up and shit, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, because this is the spot I almost died in. I almost lost my life right here. I almost died right here in this exact spot. You know what I mean? That's crazy. I still remember these mailboxes and shit. They still got the same shit. You know what I mean? It's crazy how this building still looks the exact same, but yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? This the crib. You know what I mean? This is where I spent most of my life, you know, growing up at. We moved over here when I was like in 3rd grade. So yeah, man, but this is it. Harrison Street, baby. Further into Harrison, 7522. You feel me? So, yeah, man, got a lot of memories in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So remember I told y'all my granddaddy lived here too, right? So we lived all the way at the top on the 3rd floor. My granddaddy lived right here on the 1st floor. So you see that window right there? That's my granddaddy window. But come on the side. Because his apartment, this used to be my bedroom when I moved in with my granddaddy. This was my room when I moved in with him and shit. You feel what I'm saying? If you come over here to the side, all these windows right here on the first floor, these are all his windows. You feel me? So we lived on the 3rd floor, we lived on the 1st floor right here, and then come here real quick. So we lived on the 3rd floor, we lived on the 1st floor. Now I'm about to take y'all, come on. You feel me? So we lived on the 3rd floor, we lived on the 1st floor of that side of the building. Then we moved, mind you, this is the same building. You see, same building, it's a big ass building. But we lived on the 3rd floor over there, then we lived on the 1st floor, then we moved over here. Same exact building, just a different apartment. Right here. See all the way up there where the air conditioner at? We moved up there. We lived on the 3rd floor again in the same building, just different apartment. So we lived in 3 apartments in the same building. You know what I'm saying? But this is where I'm from, bro. You feel what I'm saying? This building right here, this is where I'm from. You know, this is where I spent the majority of my life, you know what I mean, living in this building. Like I said, when you live in one apartment building and 3 different apartments in the same apartment building, that's how you know you've been there a long ass time. We lived here for over 20 years. We lived here for over 20 years. You see it? You feel me? So this is the crib. This is home right here. Now you see this block? This is the block where I used to walk to school at. Me and my sister, we used to walk to school. Our school was right up there. So our school was only like a couple blocks, but we used to walk all the way up there and all the way back. So we walked to school, we walked home, back home from school. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, this is my old stomping ground right here. You know what I mean? This is where Boss Dog from. Now I'm gonna take y'all to a couple of the places where I grew up at. You know, this is the one I spent most of my years. I grew up here majority of the time. But shit, I lived on the west side of Chicago, south side of Chicago, Oak Park. You feel me? I lived in a lot of different cities in this state of Illinois. You feel what I'm saying? So we about to take y'all to my elementary school, the middle school I went to. You feel what I'm saying? Me, my sisters, you know what I mean? We went to this middle school, bro. So let's go. Remember I told y'all we're coming to the school, right? This is the school right here. This is the school that I went to growing up. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? This is the school I went to growing up. Phil Stevenson Elementary. And then we got Forest Park Middle School. This side over here is the elementary school side. You feel me? This shit and this right here, this playground over here, and any of y'all who seen Christmas Story. If you know about the movie Christmas Story, you know the scene I'm talking about. When the boy stuck his tongue on the pole and got stuck, the little playground that they had going on in the back of the school. Tell me this don't look like the playground behind the school of Christmas Story. And you got the school here, and then you got the little pole over there where the boy put his tongue on. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, but this is it, my G. This is it. You see right here? You see right here, Phil Stevenson School. You feel what I mean? Elementary, baby. Damn, this shit bringing back a lot of memories. And then over here, so this is the elementary side on this side, right? And then over here, we got the middle school side. This the middle school side. It splits in half. So like right there in the middle, it splits. The right side is the elementary, and the left side is the middle school. A lot of good times out here, bro. We used to play kickball. I used to kick the shit out the ball. You feel me? Elementary. And they used to have a gate. If y'all can see right here, you can kind of see like a crack. You see like a crack right here. This is why they used to have a gate that had a fence right here to where it separates the elementary side from the middle side. And my sister, my older sister, she was what, 2 grades older than me. So she used to come on recess and she'd come right here and I'd come on recess and I'd come on this side of the gate and we'll meet right here at the gate. And we'll just talk, chop it up like, yo, what's going on in the high class, going whoop de whoop. But yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Dorisha, my sister, you feel me? But yeah, check it out. Over here, we used to play baseball, right? For gym, for PE class. Now I want to show y'all the exact distance, you understand? Because I was like 13, 14 years old when I was smacking home runs over this motherfucking building. So let's go over here. All right, right, so you see what home plate at? This home plate up here, right? So this home plate. So this is why I used to come, we'll be lined up, hit the ball, we playing against that team. And I used to square up right here, we played softball. And you know softballs are big, right? Pretty big and heavy. Boy, they pitch that bitch out, boom! Home run over the building, right? So then I run the bases, everybody shot, because I think I was the first and only that I know of student to hit home run over the building. It was only one other person that we known to do that, and he was a security guard here. He was a security guard here at the school. He was a big nigga, one of my homeboys and shit, big dog and shit. But he was like 6'2", 240, solid. You feel me? He was smacking that shit over the building. So when I did it, I felt like it was a big ass deal. You feel what I'm saying? So I smack it over the building. They go back into school, bring out another ball. I come up to bat again, and I heard a girl tell me, she say, Jay, don't hit it over the school no more, because that's the last ball. We ain't gonna be able to play no more. I said, boom! Smacked it over the building again. Ball game.
I feel good.
Saying so, yeah, man. Just bring y'all back to show y'all where I grew up at. You know what I mean? Where I live, where I went to school at, just so y'all could get a little background on who I am. You know what I mean? A lot of y'all know me as Tony Bang, you feel me? The rapper, YouTube, and all that. So I just want to show y'all just a few spots where I grew up at. Now, I grew up at a lot of different spots because growing up, I lived at a lot of different places, a lot of different areas. I went to a lot of different schools. But this is just one of the, you know, areas and one of the buildings and one of the schools that I went to. You feel me? So yeah, this is where I grew up at. And now I'm about to take y'all to where I grew up before we moved over here, which I was like, we moved over here when I was like 9 or 10. So I'm about to take y'all to where we used to live before we moved over here, from the time I was like 5 to like 9, you feel me? In Oak Park, you feel me? Like I said, it's a lot of different spots I lived in and lived at, but I'm just showing y'all a few real quick, real brief, real easy. So let's go. All right, so this right here, if you look, you'll see it's a skate park, right? They turned this into a skate park. This used to be the basketball courts, you feel me? And this gate used to be much bigger than this. The gate was much higher than this, because they didn't want our ass getting over there. They used to have the courts locked a lot, because over here, these basketball courts back in the day, this is where a lot of fights used to jump off. Motherfuckers get jumped. You feel me? They had a couple shootouts over here, because motherfuckers from the other neighborhood over will come over here and motherfuckers will hoop. Motherfuckers will ball out for money and motherfuckers lose. They don't want to pay that money. Then it's a motherfucking problem. But yeah, this used to be the basketball court. But it got so bad, so many fights and shootouts happened over here to the point where they closed it down. They took the basketball courts. Even when they closed it, they used to put a lock on these gates. Like I said, back then they had much bigger, taller gates, but they'll put the lock on them. But we'll still climb the fence and jump over the gate and play basketball. So once they seen we was doing that, they took the motherfucking rims down.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
They tore all this shit down and turned it into a skate park.
Damn!
So that's why it's a skate park now. But this shit used to be the courts. And this shit used to be popping back in the day. This is where I got my game from. So to all you niggas out there that I crossed over, to all them niggas in Job Corps that I crossed over, all you niggas who I broke your ankles, this is where I learned how to break your ankles at, right here. This is where I got my shot off at and all that. You feel me? But let's go. All right, so now we're here at Garfield. This is Garfield Elementary. This is the elementary school I went to before I went to Forest Park Elementary, Phil Stevenson. This is the school I went to, Garfield. So I still remember, it's crazy. I still remember this school. And my classroom was up on the 3rd floor. I can't remember which one it was. I want to say it was one of these. But my classroom was on the 3rd floor. And one thing I remember about this school, I had a lot of girlfriends at this school. In 3rd grade, I was the man. I was the Mac out here, yeah. Like, and this is Garfield right here, baby. And you know, for like Halloween, how they had the kids come outside and walk around the building to show off their costumes and shit. Well, I remember doing that shit. I remember coming out here and we had to line up and we walked around the school and people just looking at us, taking pictures and shit. I was like, I think I was either the blue or the red Power Ranger. I don't remember which one, but I was a Power Ranger that year.
Child, please.
But yeah, man, this is my old elementary school. You feel me? This is back in 3rd grade. You hear me? So yeah, check me out. There you go. That classroom right there, that was my classroom back in the day in 3rd grade, right there. That was my classroom, and I think this window was part of that same classroom, but yeah. All right, man, so I just showed y'all where I went to 3rd grade at. I showed y'all where I went to 4th grade all the way up to 8th. Now I'm about to show y'all where I went before then. I'm about to show y'all the school that I went to before 3rd grade, where I went to kindergarten and 1st grade at. I can't show y'all where I went to 2nd grade at because I went to 2nd grade in Alabama. I was living in Alabama when I was going through 2nd grade. But I'm gonna show y'all where I went to kindergarten and 1st grade, and I'm gonna show y'all the apartment we lived in while I was in kindergarten and 1st grade. Let's go. All right, man, so this is where I lived at when I was going to kindergarten and 1st grade. This is where I lived at when I was even younger than what I was when I took what I just showed y'all. I was like between the ages of like 5 to 9. This is where we lived at. This building right here. Come holler at me. Now, when I was a shorty, bro, this whole little area right here was mad, it was big. When I was a kid, this little area was big. We used to race, play tag, eat, all that shit. But this little area right here, it used to be mad big when I was a shorty. Now I'm an adult, this looks small as shit, right? Super small, but we used to have a ball right here, man. We used to have a ball right here in this area. And once again, our apartment was on the 3rd floor, all the way at the top. So all the way at the top, that was us, right? This is a 400 block of Clinton, you feel me? So this is where I lived as a shorty. Now we lived up there on the 3rd floor, right? And my auntie, she lived right here on the 1st floor. My auntie lived on the 1st floor. So my mama and us, we lived up there at the top, right there in that apartment. And then my auntie and them, they lived right here in this apartment. Then come over here. Now when I was a shorty, me and my cousin, we decided that it'd be a good idea to play in my auntie's car, right? So I got in the driver's seat, she got in the passenger seat, and we in that bitch playing in the car, pretend like we driving. We were like 8 at the time, 8, 9 years old. So we pretend like we driving. My ass fucking takes the gear, and I put the gear in neutral, and the motherfucker start rolling back. The car start rolling back. We panic, and I hit the brakes. We got hit right here into the middle. So the car was parked right there with that blue car at, right? And I put that bitch in neutral, and it came out into like the middle, and I hit the brakes right before it hit the other car. But we didn't have the key, it was in neutral. So I couldn't park the car back. I ain't know shit about a car, I'm a kid. So we trying to figure out how the fuck can we get this car back in that spot without her finding out that we was in the car playing and move the car. There wasn't no way to get that motherfucker back. So we had to tell her like, hey, you might want to go get your car. It's in the middle of the parking lot. We were playing in it. I hit the motherfucking neutral and that bitch rolled back. And we both got our ass whooped for that. But yeah, man, this brings back a lot of memories, bro. This brings back a lot of memories. Right here, this is my, I don't know if her family still own it. Her parents still own this house. But this is my friend Marquita and her brother. They lived here, you know what I mean? Just running all throughout here, all day and night, baby. All day and night, we just running around, playing, having a good old time. I miss those days, though. I miss those days. All right, now come here. Now I had 2 bikes back in the day. I had 2 bikes when I was a shorty, right? And my uncle, he came over here, and he seen I had 2 bikes. So my uncle was like, you got 2 bikes, what you need with 2 bikes? You only got 1 ass. But I'm like, shit, nigga, I gotta be able to pull out and stunt. Whichever one, switch it up. Whatever I feel like driving today, that's the one I'm gonna pull out. But he like, nah, man, you got 2 bikes, you shouldn't have 2 bikes. And I'm like, nigga, I'm balling like that. If I feel like riding one day I ride one. I feel like riding the other one, I ride the other one. It's just like that. So he took it upon himself. So I put my bikes up, I go in the crib for the night. His ass comes back and he steals one of my fucking bikes.
Bitch, you got me fucked up.
And go sells the shit. But here, right here, this is where it was at, right? So we lived on this side. So this was our door. This is the door you come out to take the garbage out, stuff like that. But in here is a storage room. And in that storage room, that's where I have my bike set. And this nigga comes and he steals one of my fucking bikes. You feel? I was mad to the motherfucker. But yeah, man. No, 437, baby. 437 Clinton, baby. 400 block. You know what I'm saying? That's where I used to live at when I was a shorty. What little fence right here is historical. We used to sit and chill and just kick the shit on this wooden fence all the time, bro. All the time. We'd just come over here. And post up on the fence just like this here. Sit on the fence and chop it up all the time. And you see this little roundabout right here? So this is the circle. So back in the day, we didn't have a basketball court, a hoop. So you see that sign over there that says anytime? We played basketball on that sign, right? That was the basketball goal. Now, imagine how fucking poor you gotta be to play basketball. We didn't even have crates. We playing basketball on a damn sign, a street sign. We'll have a basketball and we'll shoot the basketball. If you hit the sign, that's a score. If you miss, then it ain't. The house right here. Right there, that's where my homeboy Chris used to live. All right, y'all, so this is where I went to kindergarten and 1st grade. Kindergarten and 1st grade was right here at this school, you know what I mean? And it still looked the same, but it looked different, you know what I mean? See right here, these steps right here, this concrete used to come like all the way out to like right here, you feel me? And I remember the homies at recess, they used to come out and they used to flip off this little concrete right here. And you see the stairs there, they'll flip. You feel me? And my homeboy Dominique, shout out to Dominique, he used to come, he used to flip off this little step, like the top step like that right there, do backflips and shit. But yeah, man, these basketball hoops was here. You know, this is what we used to hoop at during recess. You feel me? Man, they got the little baseball diamond over there. We'd go over there, play baseball and shit like that for recess. Yeah, man, this shit was lit back then, though. It's crazy how it still look the same. It's a little bit different. Like, I can see, like, this whole, all this paint that they done did. You see the tan, the brown, the white paint? That paint wasn't there. All this shit was brick. And I was short. It was all brick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but this is it. Me and my sister went here. Me and my older sister. I was in kindergarten. She was in first grade. Then I had to repeat kindergarten because, like I said, I wasn't focused on the work. I was focused on girls and snack time and recess. I didn't care about schoolwork. So the teachers had recommended to my mother that I repeat kindergarten. And I repeated kindergarten in this school. So in this school right here, I went to kindergarten twice. I went to kindergarten two times in this school.
Because you're still a baby and you don't know shit.
You feel me? Then I went to first grade. She was in third grade. But I would pass my sister in the hallways. We'll walk past each other and shit. You know, going to lunch and shit like that. So I remember that though, man. It was tripped out. It's my old school right here, baby. You know, the Lincoln Lions, baby. You already know. Yeah, so that's why I went to kindergarten and first grade at Lincoln Lions, you feel me? Oak Park, Illinois, you feel me? Yeah, bro, I said it's crazy though, because I was in kindergarten and first grade, but I still remember all of this shit. Like, I still remember. That's crazy how I still remember this school. Here, I'm gonna take y'all to the front. You know what I'm saying? So, y'all done seen where I went to kindergarten, first grade at. I'm gonna show y'all in the future sometime when I hit Alabama up. You know, I'm gonna show y'all where I went to second grade at. But y'all seen where I went to third grade all the way up to 8th. You feel me? Now in another, I'm gonna do a separate video and I'm gonna show y'all my high school. You feel me? I appreciate everybody for rocking with me, man. If you're in a part of the Wolf Gang, if you have not subscribed, what are you doing, bro? Why are you even tweaking? Why are you wasting your time? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, quit bullshit. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, baby. Become a part of this amazing Wolf Gang. It's all my Wolf Gangers, baby. Y'all already know how we creeping, how we roll, how we slide. Wolf Gang.
Get me lit, appreciate my shit. I don't live alone, I stay with my stick. Get me lit, while I pop my shit. I don't play alone, I play with your bitch. Hop out, pop out, rock out, rock out. I pull up and pop out, you must ain't heard hop out. Big boss, drip sauce, it costs to be boss. You ain't lit, you lost, not on shit, you lost. Big Chevys, big Rugers, it's heavy. Since I'm through ya, I make my moolah, I make my moolah. Bitch, I swerve the lane, bitch, I'm Tony Bang. Bitch, I'm a Chicago nigga, home of gang, gang.
When I ride, got the stick on my side. But don't trip, I don't hide, I don't run, I'm outside. Pour the lean, pour a four. Always sing when it's war. Time to even the score. Get me lit when I ride. Got the stick on my side. Bro, don't trip, I don't hide, I don't run, I'm outside. Pour the lean, pour a four. Always sing when it's war. Time to even the score. Get me lit.